Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Ignorant Intellectual on Media. Today, thought we'd do our third video in the series of my film collection. All right, we've already done the numbers, we've done the A's, we've done the B's, and now we're on to the C's. So we're going to do the C's. So I'll just stop this and move over to where the shelves are and begin that video there. All right. I'll see you in a second. All right, bye for now. All right, hi, I'm back. We're on to the letter C. All right, so let's start that. So what's the first C? The first C is Cabaret, starring Liza Minnelli. Probably her best film. Like I said, looks like the guy. I got this off of a guy that I bought all those videos from. It looks like he bought that for $3, $2.99. Next up is Cabin in the Woods. Blu-ray and digital copy. All right. Next up is La Cage aux Folles 2. 2. Haven't been able to find La Cage aux Folles 1 yet, so when I do, I will add it to that. That's part of MGM's World Films series. All right. Next up is The Call, L'Appel. All right. Starring Halle Berry. I don't know much about this film. Who directed it? Brad Anderson directed it. I guess somebody said that this film was good for me to get it because it's not a director I collect. So, all right. The Call of Cthulhu. This is one of those very old films from that guy's collection. He really loved films from the 20s and 30s and 40s. And this one looks like it's directed by Andrew Lehman. And it's from 1926. Written in 1926, just before the advent of talking pictures. Call of the Who is one of the most famous and influential tales of H.P. Lovecraft, the father of Gothic horror. All right. Stuff after that is Cameraman, the life and work of Jack Cardiff. Documentary on his stuff. Stuff is Candyman. I know, what was it, Arrow, Blue Underground? They did a nice edition of this on Blu-ray and 4K, I think. But I still only have the DVD. One of the fun horror films. Capricorn 1. I picked this one up because I saw this as a kid. I thought it was quite good. I haven't revisited it since I did watch it back then. When was this? 1980 something? Maybe late 70s. So I will revisit that. After that is Captain America, the First Avenger on Blu-ray and DVD. Nice slipcover. To that, Tom Hanks film, Captain Phillips, about the Somali raiders that go out on the ocean and, the pirates. I'm looking for this on Blu-ray as well. After that is Carlos the Jackal. All right. And one of Richard Pryor's early films, Car Wash. Working at the car wash, yeah. And Carol. I got this for like $2 or $3, not $12.99 like it says on the back of the package. I guess it's supposed to be a very good film because it's not from a director I collect. So, Carandaru, a film by Hector Babenco. I think this was part of that collection that I got off that guy. Portuguese. It's a Portuguese film. Alright, next up is the remake of Carrie. After that is M.R. James is Casting the Ruins. The Runes. Casting the Runes. Hey, let me put it in there. Thank you. Separate out is The Castle. And one of the Warner Brothers archive collections, Castle on the Hudson. That is Paul Newman, Elizabeth Taylor, and Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, the Tennessee Williams play. I have not seen this yet, but I got it because of her, obviously, because she's one of my favorite actresses. All right. And this one I want to pick up on a nice Blu-ray as well. I know one of the boutique cinema labels came out with this just recently, actually, on a nice Blu-ray. So I want to pick it up. Just want to really like Natasha Kinski in this film. Next up is The Cat's Meow. This is about a murder on a luxury yacht, directed by Peter Bogdanovich. And I collect him, but I didn't have enough room in the B section of my director's area to put him in, so his films are scattered all over the place. Cattle Queen of Montana. Looks like it's got a second film as well. Tennessee Partner. All right. So have you noticed most of my films are still in Blu-ray? Probably 70% of all my films are still, in DVD. But 70% of all my films are DVDs. So I'm slowly upgrading them to Blu-ray. So the Sacre Rouge, the red circle, is Sacre Circle in French. Jean-Pierre Melville. He's another guy that is a really good director. He should have his own section, but I don't have room. All right, next up is the original of The Champ. If you haven't watched the remake with Ricky Schroeder, uh, that one I watched when I was a kid, it made me cry. So I wonder how good this one is. I haven't watched it yet. All right, and we have Jackie Chan. So, like I said, the box sets that are by actor, I'll put in the last name of the actor in this section. Right. So here's 5 of his films. All right, 5-film collection. What do we have here? We have Fantasy Mission Force, Master with Cracked Fingers, Eagle Shadow Fist, Fire Dragon, and The Young Tiger. And I put it in plastic to see the damage I was on it right there in the corner before I got it. So I put it in plastic so it wouldn't get damaged anymore. Next up after that is another Jackie Chan double feature, The Young Master and New Fists of Fury. Okay, it's one of those thin. So I'm assuming this maybe came in a box set as well, but the box set over time got split up. After that is another Jackie Chan collection, double feature, First Strike, well, Jackie Chan's First Strike and Mr. Nice Guy. So I have other Jackie Chan films, but they would be in alphabetical order depending on who the director was or in the director area. All right, next up is another actor, Lon Chaney, one of the greats of the old cinema, of the beginnings of cinema. All right, The Ace of Hearts, Laugh, Clown, Laugh, and The Unknown, plus the documentary Lon Chaney, 8,000 Faces. All right. And it's a box set made of paper. It's part of the Turner Classic Movie Collection. So I put it in plastic. Next up is a nice edition of the Canadian film The Changeling, that horror film. Got a nice slipcover. I picked this up for like $8, so it was a pretty good deal. All right. And then Chaser. Uh, I have not seen this film yet. Who directed it? Chu Mung Soo. So it looks like this is a Korean-like action horror. South Koreans are getting really good at horror films over the last decade or so. Then I got a nice collector's edition of Child's Play on Blu-ray. It's from Scream Factory. And I got another Blu-ray, The Curse of Chucky, Blu-ray DVD combo. And then I got this box set DVD set of the rest of the Chuckies. So it has 4 movies in it. It's kind of got this Chucky doll that sticks out. It's got It's got Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky. It's called the Franchise Collection. Right. So it's kind of like, if you notice, the Chucky kind of doll is sticking out. Then I have the Horror Legacy Series DVD of Children of the Corn. I have a bunch of these, maybe 4 or 5 of these Horror Legacy ones. So I kind of collect them. Whenever I see them, I'll pick them up. And, so I won't combine this. Let's say I find a Blu-ray of Children of the Corn or another film that's in this type of collection. I'll still keep this collection. I won't combine it and remove the DVD. So, but this is one of the a lot of Stephen King, or films based on Stephen King books. Some of them are very good. Some of them are like The Shining is really good. The Green Mile is really good. A few others, some of them bomb. Like really atrocious, really bad, like Maximum Overdrive. But some of them are like this one is really good. All right, I found this really good, up there with, The Shining and all the best of the Stephen King adaptations onto film. Right, it's very spooky or scary when you're an adult and children don't automatically listen to you, but they want to come after you with a knife and kill you. And there's, a whole bunch of them, right? So it's pretty creepy. All right, it's a pretty creepy film. All right. Uh, and I got the nice Arrow Video version of it, all right, on Blu-ray. So I'm not going to combine the two because, like I said, so I put this in a nice plastic bag. It doesn't fit in a 6x9 bag that I usually put a DVD or a Blu-ray in because it's got a box set. It's just like a steel book with a slip cover over it. At least is it a steel book? Anyways, it's got a slip cover over it that makes it much thicker, right? So it's it won't fit in one of those bags, so I had to put it in a 7x10 bag instead of 6x9 bag. So fold over the bag to keep it, keep the plastic tight. All right, so that's Children of the Corn. Next up is Chicago, the original 1927 silent classic. All right, that came from that guy's collection, and they bought like 2,000 films off of. All right. After that is Christmas Holiday, the Deanna Durbin collection. There's Gene Kelly with her. All right, so I'm assuming this is there's a bunch of Deanna Durbin films, DVD films. I also got this from that guy with the 2,000 films. Next up is Kronos. This looked like an interesting pickup. because it was the grand prize winner at the International OmniMax Film Festival. It's a Ron Frickel film. All right. The quintessential large format film is now available in high definition, presented in all incredible restored and remastered high definition digital reference series special edition, a Hallmark title in the canon of special venue film presentations. Whatever that fucking means. Anyways, it's supposed to be a really good film, so I picked it up. I haven't watched it yet. After that is Cinema Paradiso, an enchanted film, a wonderful friendship, star-crossed lovers, and the magic of movies. All right, this is a very good film. If you haven't seen this film, I would say watch it, especially if you're a cinephile. All right, after that is City of God. This is about the slums in Rio de Janeiro, how it's hard to survive. Next up after that is Clean. All right, starring Nick Nolte and Maggie Cheung, a film by Oliver Assayas. I heard good things about this. That's why I picked this DVD up. I have not watched this film yet. And then there's Cleopatra. Obviously, I'd find and pick up this film with it stars Elizabeth Taylor. Nice Blu-ray edition of it. A nice slipcover on it. All right. After that is Cleopatra Jones, one of the great films in blaxploitation. All right. After that is Kino Lorber, Cobra Woman. Got this off that guy with the 2000 films. All right. After that is Herman Cohen's classic horror, Horror of the Black Museum and the Headless Ghost. So Herman Cohen. So this would be in with Cohen. I could put it in horror too, I guess, but director's last name. I don't have enough of his films to make a section for him, so I just put it in Cohen. All right. Next up is The Color of Space. The Color Out of Space. All right. One of the best and most ambitious Lovecraft adaptations ever made. So this also came from that 2000 film collection I bought off that guy. And Charles Bronson film, Cold Sweat. All right. And then Conan, The Complete Quest. So it has Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer, the one with what's her name? That model, Grace Jones. She's not a very good actor, but she acted. Her music is pretty cool. I don't know if you ever picked up any of her music, but some of it's pretty good. And and she was a model, so it was fun to watch her on TV. After that is one of Paul Newman's best films, Cool Hand Luke, directed by Stuart Rosenberg. I think I may have misput this. I think I have Rosenberg as a director. I'll have to double check that. But this is a really good film, basically about him. He's kind of a rebel, and one day he decides to knock off all the heads of these parking meters, and then he ends up getting put in prison. And then it shows what can happen when the law is just out of control. All right. Excuse me. Then the Gary Cooper the Franchise Collection, another film I got off that 2000 film collection. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 films of Gary Cooper's: Designed for Living, Peter Ebertson, The General Died at Dawn, Beau Geste, The Lives of a Bengal, Lancer. All right. So got this off that 2000 collection as well. All right. And after that is the Corporation. All right. This is a really good documentary. Um, Basically, it compares, it takes all, it does a psychological thing. It takes all the parameters psychologically of what is called a sociopath and then takes a corporation to see if it behaves that way. And in the end, it basically says that a corporation, which is actually an entity in the eyes of the law, is basically a sociopath and it's bad for society, basically. It's a fun watch. All right. Next up is a nice Blu ray edition of Coraline. All right. Had that on DVD first, so I upgraded it. Then, Could You Kill My Husband, Please? All right. This is an import. I have not watched it yet, but it's supposed to be a pretty good comedy. So, and who? Uh, then Le Couperet, starring Jose Garcia, a film by Costa Gavras, another great French filmmaker. Um, I do have a bunch of Costa Gavras stuff, Gavras' stuff, but I don't know if I have I, I don't really collect him as a director. I got this stuff from that 2000 guy, 2000 film guy. All right, then I got a Blu-ray 2-pack of Crank and Crank 2. These are fun films to watch. Um, Basically, he's poisoned, and in order for him to stay alive, he has to keep his adrenaline up at a very high level. So it's a very fast-paced action film. It's quite enjoyable to watch. And then next is this sensation of Crazy Rich Asians uh, on Blu-ray. This I went to see a theater with my wife, um, and it's impressive. You should get more of these films, right? Where the leads aren't always, let's say, white people, or um, you get some, like Asians, because there are Asians. In Western culture, there's a ton of Asian people living in Canada and the United States, and they don't get represented enough in film. So it's good when there's a film where the lead characters are Asian, right? So let's see, where are we going? Next up is, oh yes, Creature from the Black Lagoon. This is part of that collection. All right, it's harder to see, I guess. The Legacy collection, where they do all I think the Universal ones, like the Wolfman, Dracula, Frankenstein, they all have these type of green covers to them. I think there's Blu-ray editions to them as well, but I have them all from that 2000 film collection that I bought. He had all of these Legacy collections of the old, horror films. All right. Next up after that is Creed. They couldn't make any more Rocky films, so let's do it for a new generation, and let's take Apollo Creed's son and go from there. And then I think you've had 2 films uh, involving Creed. All right. Next up after that is a second run, The Cremator. The Cremator, a film by Horace Hertz. All right. This I also got from that 2000 film collection. Like I said, he really liked boutique cinema labels. All right. Next up after that is Crime of Passion, starring Barbara Stanwyck. All right. Now this is supposed to be a really good film, so I haven't watched it yet, but I will. It's on my list. Then you got the 7-film Croczilla collection, right? It's got all these B movies. Croczilla, Attack of the Giant Leeches, Piranha, the Giant Gila Monster, Creature, Voyage to the Prehistoric Planet, The Phantom of the 10,000 Leagues, and The Killer Shrews. All really bad films, right? But the Croczilla film is pretty fun, so that's why I picked this up. Next up is Bing Crosby collection, Screen Legends, part of the Screen Legends collection. Bing Crosby, basically you have 4 of his films, which are Road to Zanzibar, Going My Way, Holiday Inn, and Pennies from Heaven. All right. After that is Cruising Bar, which is a funny Canadian uh, francophone film. All right, Robert Maynard directed it. It was popular enough and funny enough that they came out with a sequel, Cruising Bar 2. All right. This is when they're much older. All right, and after that is the Johnny Depp vehicle, Crybaby, John Waters. John Waters would be a guy that I collect if I could actually find his films. It's probably one of the few films I have of John Waters. So, and Cry of the City, 20th Century Fox Cinema Archives. All right. So much film noir in his collections. Another of the films I got off that guy. The Curse of Dr. Wolfenstein. I just picked this up actually. This and a bunch of other boutique stuff. This one is from Real Gore. Real Gore Releasing. All right. This is the guy that I picked this up. He had a whole bunch of like the Chucky film that I showed you just earlier, and this one and a bunch of others, Arrow Video stuff, and all the horror films. Curse of the Crimson Altar, another one that I got off that 2000 collection. There's so many of his films. I'm slowly going through them, but most of them I still haven't watched. So get an education in cinema history. The Curse of the Crying Woman. All right. Then an old Blu-ray, Curse of the Undead. All right. This is a Kino Lorber Studio Classic. He had a bunch of these in his collection that I picked up. The 2000 film collection guy. All right. And then Dagon. All right. H.P. Lovecraft's Dagon. Oh, we're at the D's. Okay, so Dagon is the first in the D's, so I'll stop it there. And thank you for watching, and look forward to the next one with the letters D in it. All right, and I'll talk to you later. You have a good day, and bye for now.